You don't fall.
No.
Right.
Just keeps popping up.
You nervous?
No.
No.
Surprisingly.
There'd be nobody funny, right?
Look at the guy she's getting. Come on.
Oh, see, that's like not even.
I didn't even
What's he
think
say?
about it.
Now I hear, what's he say? Now I'm
He's like a-
legally,
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
legally
that's
your
about what-
your second favorite
Yeah, that's about
child.
all it is. It's just making it even more.
Exactly. It's kind of like, yeah.
We're talking, 14 years.
Yeah, more than a decade. I mean, yeah.
I've grown old in the time.
Sir?
So I was going to start with the questions of Jessica and ask what took you so long to marry my brother. However, after witnessing the first dance, I now think I understand why she waited. So on their tour up and down the eastern seaboard, one of the stops Sean and Jess made was in Baltimore, Maryland for about a year. My wife and I lived there for quite some time in Vanessa, and we'd always get together for dinner. It would always start the same way. Sean and I would be on the couch watching whatever sporting event was on TV, and the girls would be in the kitchen talking about whatever they did. And as the night went on, the conversation would kind of take a turn, and Sean and I would be arguing against the girls in whatever the topic of conversation was, not because we believed what we were saying, we just wanted to get them riled up. And it was pretty simple. But thanks, man. But you always knew when the conversation was over when my brother would use one of his out-of-left-field one-line analogies that made no sense and had no relevance to the topic of conversation. Even to the point where I'd be like, okay, it's time to go home, we have to go to bed, and we'd leave, and I'd look at my wife and say, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she can deal with him. I love hanging out with my brother because he makes me look really good in front of my wife. Or we'd go out to dinner and always meet up at a bar between our houses. On Saturday night, Sean would like to go watch his favorite local karaoke artist perform. At Shadi's Point, her name was Tammy. And she would generally sit in the back of the bar and perform, and Sean would critique her song choices. If he was classically trained, we would then walk home and I'd say again to my wife, I don't know how she does it. But if you actually spend any time with the two of them, the answer to that question is actually quite simple, and it's just because of the strength and the bond of which they've been able to develop over the course of time. They obviously started dating at such a very, very young age. And when you go through those phases of life that are going to set the foundation for what the future holds, it's always nice to do it with a familiar face. It's nice when you go from city to city, school to school, job to job. It's always nice to have that familiar face. However, it also throws a wrench into things because you're not just thinking about yourself, you have to think about that other person's wants and needs out of life. And every time you guys have done it, you've come out on the other side stronger. There's no doubt in my mind you guys are destined for a long, healthy marriage.
I'm so glad to be here with all of you to celebrate Jessica and Sean. Thanks to the Bachmans for a great rehearsal dinner last night and to my parents for helping with the reception tonight. They say that opposites attract, and in many ways, Sean and Jessica epitomize that saying. As many of you may know, Jessica's quite the organizer and very fond of cleaning. So much so that even when we go out drinking, she has to make sure the floor is vacuumed and everything is in the right place. In fact, I think she's looking forward to cleaning up after us tonight after the reception. While Jess brings the organizational skills to the relationship, Sean brings the humor and the musical talent. Sean has been practicing his air guitar and drum solo for the last 13 years in preparation for this night. But as a couple, they really complement each other. They're both warm, loyal to each other and their friends, family-oriented, and the best versions of themselves with each other. Anyone who knows them can tell the love and respect that they have for each other. Jessica and I have been joined at the hip since childhood. We've traded in our 1993 matching tracksuits for some more stylish clothing options, but 35 years later, I'm so lucky to have her as my right-hand woman. Sean, I'm happy to let her be attached to your hip for the next 50 years. Thank you for loving her so wholeheartedly. Cheers to a lifetime of happiness, and I love you both.